Welcome to This Explainer. I'm really thrilled you're here with us today. So we're unpacking something absolutely fascinating, and honestly, it's kind of life-changing. I want to start by setting up a premise right off the bat. There is a very good chance that someone in your life right now is playing a hidden, psychological game with your head, and the wild part is, you probably don't even see it happening. But by the end of our time together today, you are going to know exactly how to spot it, and more importantly, how to reclaim your power. Let's be real for a second. Is someone playing games with your head? Think about your daily interactions. Do you ever deal with someone who just constantly makes you feel guilty? Like they always manage to twist your words around? Or maybe you walk away from conversations with them just constantly questioning yourself. Well, if that sounds familiar, listen, you are absolutely not alone. And here's the craziest part about this whole dynamic. You might actually be unknowingly letting them do it. Now you might be wondering, why on earth would I let them do that? Well, it all comes down to something called the reaction cycle. It explains exactly why this keeps happening. When you react and show distress, they just keep pushing. It's this massive paradox, really. We keep letting them manipulate us simply because we react. Think about it like a kid trying to annoy you by making silly faces. If you scream and run away, they're going to keep doing it, right? Because it's working. But if you just stand there looking at them like they're the most boring thing in the world, they stop. It's just not fun for them anymore. Which brings us to this harsh but absolutely crucial truth. Your emotions are their power source. When a manipulator says something to you, you feel it immediately, don't you? Your chest gets tight, your stomach does flip-flops, you feel this surge of anger or deep confusion. And here's the kicker. Every single time you show them that they got to you, they win. They are literally feeding off your immediate physical and emotional reaction.
So, how do we beat them at their own game? And how do we do it without fighting and without all the exhausting drama? We're going to focus entirely on two immediate, highly actionable psychological tools. Pillar 1, starve their power source. And Pillar 2, dodge the verbal traps. This is the exact roadmap to make the madness stop.
So let's dive right into Pillar 1, starving their power, or cutting off the manipulator's food supply. First things first, what exactly is manipulator's food? Well, it's not just about the words you say back to them. It's the visible signs of anger, sadness, or confusion on your face and in your tone of voice. That right there, that is their absolute favorite meal. Showing them your upset feelings is the ultimate proof that they successfully got under your skin. It gives them this massive feeling of victory and control. So the strategy here is simple. We have to take their food away. Enter a real game changer. The blank face method. Next time this person says something mean or provocative, here's what you do. Step 1, keep your face completely blank. Literally like you're staring at a blank piece of paper. Now, inside, you might be absolutely fuming, you're incredibly hurt, and hey, that is totally okay. But outside, you don't show a thing. Step 2 is absolutely vital. You wait 3 full seconds. Just 1, 2, 3. Let it sit. Then, step 3. You reply with a simple, perfectly neutral phrase. So what does a neutral phrase actually sound like? It's stuff like, okay, or if you say so, or even just a simple, But here's the real secret. It isn't just about the words themselves. It's all about your delivery. Your voice needs to stay incredibly flat and detached. Speak to them like you're casually remarking that it might rain later. Zero anger, zero sadness. By doing this, you are stripping away every single ounce of their food.
And when you do that, oh man, panic mode activated. Seriously, you can almost see the gears grinding to a halt in their head. Their brain just panics. They're thinking, wait a second, why isn't this working? I just said something that should definitely make them upset. Now, a quick warning, most of the time they'll actually try a bit harder once or twice. They might double down and say something even worse. Do not react to that either. Just stay calm, stay completely blank, and eventually they're going to give up because you are simply not feeding them anymore.
It all boils down to this. Strong people control what they show. Weak people show everything and then kind of wonder why manipulators keep coming back to take another bite. By completely controlling your visible reaction, you are demonstrating ultimate strength and quite literally starving the manipulator right out of your space.
Moving right along to Pillar 2, dodging trap questions or escaping the lose-lose scenario.
Manipulators are incredibly sneaky. They set up these little daily verbal traps that literally have no right answer. Let's look at exactly how they rig the game against you. Say they ask you, why are you always so sensitive? Well, if you say you aren't sensitive, they immediately jump in with, "See, you're getting defensive." But if you try to carefully, calmly explain your feelings, they just say, "Yep, you're proving my point." Do you see the trap there? It's a lose-lose scenario. There is absolutely no way out if you agree to play their game by their rules.
Which brings us to a golden rule you need to remember. Smart people don't answer questions designed to hurt them. Manipulators aren't actually looking for information. They ask these questions specifically to trap and control you. The only way out of a rigged game is really quite simple. You just completely refuse to play.
Okay, so practically speaking, how do we actually refuse to play? When you're staring down one of these trap questions, you have two distinct, tactical escape routes. You can go with choice 1, which is absolute silence, or you can take choice 2, which I personally love, called bizarre redirection. Let's break both of these down so you can literally start using them today.
Let the silence sit there. You just don't answer at all. You just look at them, keep that blank face, and say absolutely nothing. Let me tell you, silence makes manipulators squirm. They absolutely hate it, because suddenly, they aren't controlling the flow of the conversation anymore. You've completely stripped away their power just by giving them a big handful of nothing.
Now, if silence isn't your style, you can always go with choice 2, bizarre redirection. If the trap is them saying, "Why are you always so sensitive?" your escape route is to look right back at them and ask a completely different, totally mundane question. Something like, "What do you want for dinner?" Or, "I'm thinking about going for a walk, are you?" I know, it sounds a little weird, but it absolutely works. It brilliantly signals to the manipulator that their rig's little question doesn't even deserve an ounce of your energy or an actual answer.
Finally, let's talk about reclaiming your power and the aftermath of establishing these new boundaries.
What happens when you consistently apply these two pillars day in and day out? Well, you are not an easy target anymore. And after you do this a few times, something truly magical happens. They actually stop asking those trap questions. They stop trying to trigger you, mostly because their brain has finally learned that you just won't fall for their games anymore.
And that leads us to the ultimate wins. Honestly, one of two things is going to happen here. Either they realize the gig is up and they change their behavior to actually respect you, or they give up entirely and leave you alone so they can go find an easier target. And you know what? Whether they change or they leave, both of those outcomes are massive, massive wins for your peace of mind.
So, I want to leave you with a question to really chew on. Which technique are you going to try first this week? Are you going to practice the blank face method to starve their power? Or maybe try out absolute silence or bizarre redirection to dodge a trap question? Don't wait around for the perfect moment. Pick just one of these techniques to try out this week and start reclaiming your power today. You've absolutely got this.